This was the breakout opportunity, and you come in and you deliver the way you did. Can you give me an idea just kind of how you're feeling after turning that performance in?
And I'm just happy that I kept my word to myself, you know. Each one of these fights is just me trying to prove that I am who I think I am. I could have easily fought a safe fight. You guys have seen my fights before. I could have made a nice and technical, safe striking battle. But this is what, the moment they told me I was fighting on this main pay-per-view card, I knew it was a blessing. I said, this is my time to steal the show, and I hope I got it done.
Yeah, it's interesting. So, I mean, you're getting a lot of attention. You're making your way up the ranks. You had that conversation with yourself to like, hey, yeah. I got to take chances here?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Because I thought the risk was worth the reward, you know? It's like, you might get clipped, you know? Fighting like that, you might get clipped. I'm a defensive fighter first before I'm offensive. I just have a lot of power, so I get a lot of finishes, you know? Yeah. But I talked to my parents, I talked to my mom, I was like, hey, this is our chance to change our lives, you know? Like something like this, enough eyes get on me, and it could be completely different from here on.
Do you feel like you should have had more attention already? I mean, you've already had some great performances.
Nah, man. Honestly, I'm not one. I don't think about myself like all big like that. You know, the only reason why I don't have the attention that I think I should get is because people just don't know me yet. If you don't know, you don't know. You can't be an egomaniac and expect the world to give you something you haven't earned.
So last thing for me, what do you think should come next for you? I mean, you're at a key point in your career, man. It's kind of transitionary period from prospect to contender.
Yeah.
What do you eye next?
Right now, honestly, opponent-wise, I don't really pay much attention to it. I think I'm in a pretty good place with the company. I'm in a pretty good place with the UFC. And as long as I keep giving performance like this, they're probably going to keep me on the same wave, you know. The only thing that I would ask for is to be on the December card in Washington, D.C. Yeah. That's the only request I have. Outside of that, I'm just happy to count my blessings.
How important was it to get a finish, just because your last one was very impressive, but to get that finish on a big card like this, I think sort of put the division on notice.
Yeah. I felt like it was going to be finish or bust, you know. If it wasn't going to, that's why I was a little bit on Wilder, because if I didn't get the finish, I know the only way I'll get that attention is by having a fight of the night. So I flipped my coin, and luckily I was able to get the finish in the first round, but I would have shot for the fight of the night too.
How did the camp go? I mean, it seemed like everything went sort of according to plan. We saw you during fight week. You're smiling. What was it about this fight and this card that was so different?
Well, I'm always this guy, you know. I'm not gonna lie. Camp was horrible. Like I had a really bad camp. Like, you know, just constant bruises. But you can't let the world get to you. Like I said, I'm Nigerian. We're built for struggle. So what you see on the outside might not be what is really going on the inside. It was a pretty bad camp, but we got it done. You know, you can't be upset.
Anything you can reveal? Because usually you can't talk.
Nah, I can't.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, I know I did, but it's problems that aren't exactly fixed. I just had to grind through it for this fight.
Yeah. So does that make it even sweeter that you overcame all this and you still got the biggest?
Not sweeter, just I'm proof to myself I'm the person I say I am.
You mentioned you want to be on that Washington, D.C. card, a second home for you. The last time the UFC was there, you were a kid, you were for the tickets.
Yes.
How much does it mean for you to be there? What would that feel?
It's a fantastic story, you know. I try to look at my career as like one big book, you know. After each fight, I always name them chapters, and then in my head, I kind of think about them as like a chapter of a book. So that's going to be a hell of an addition to my storybook, being in D.C. Like, honestly, the first time when they were there, I was a kid, I watched it. I hope it wasn't a pay-per-view, because I'm going to tell on myself and say I stole it, because I know for sure I didn't pay for it. But that was the first time I even saw my coach on TV, and I saw his student, which was another, it wasn't like a Nigerian, but it was somebody from PG County, which was another motivating factor. It's like, oh man, this guy's from where you're at right now. If he can make it, you can make it.
You win the 50 Gs, what are you going to do with the money? I know part of it was getting back to the people as well.
You already know, man. The plan doesn't stop. Yeah. That's the whole reason why I'm doing this, you know. I'm just trying to make the life of the people around me a little bit better and better and better. That 50 Gs is still going to the family. We're just going to keep building this. I said I was going to build this house. I'm going to build this house.
Sodiq, before your last fight, there was that cute video of your mom, learning to spar. How was her
her training going?
She's doing pretty good. You know, I'm gonna go against her again. We got to get another sparring session going because now she's learning how to kick. Before she was only doing boxing, and she's a little bit wild. She puts a little bit too much power on her punches, but she's a hard worker. I get my work ethic from her, so she's starting to get a little bit nicer with her hands. And now that she's learning how to kick, it's gonna be a little bit of a harder sparring session.
Now that she's training, does she try to give you some advice and tell you what you should be doing?
Nah, never that, man. She knows her son. She does her part, and that's it. And whenever I get in there with her, she's always happy to try to beat me up.
Have you talked to her? What did she have to say after your victory?
The first thing I do after every fight is call my mom. I call her and I say thank you for the prayers. You know, that's all it is. She woke me up 2 days ago because towards the end of camp, I started doing it 2 fights ago, and I think I'm gonna make it a tradition from now on. Like towards the end of camp 2 fights ago, I went to go stay with her because a couple of my roommates got sick, and then the 2 fights ago I did the same thing. And then this time I was like, I didn't have a reason. I just went over there. So the last 2 weeks of practice, I just go stay over there, and it's just a comforting feeling, you know. And she'll wake me up with her voodoo prayers and all that stuff in the middle of the night. And 2 nights ago, she woke me up and she said, "Hey, we've all been praying for you. You said you wanted to have the most exciting fight of the night, and then you wanted a knockout on top of that, and that's what we're praying for, and you're gonna get that." So as soon as I called her, she was like, I told you was gonna get it. You had an exciting fight, and then you got to finish afterwards. So that's all it is. It's all blessings, man.
Did she tell you the lottery numbers which hit?
Nah, we don't push it too far. Right now, the prayers are working. You don't want to ask for too much, and it's like, all right, throw it away.
You know, the life of a fighter is not something a lot of parents would wish for their kids. How does it mean to you to not only have her support you, but to get to the gym and get a taste of her son going?
Yeah. The reason the gym stuff is kind of a long story actually, but I don't think we have enough time to get into it. But I'm happy she supports me because she knows the work I put in. I'm her son, you know. Everything that I get is directly from her. My work ethic comes from her, and she knows if I'm gonna give something, if I'm gonna give myself to something, I'm gonna give it myself to it 100%. I used to tell people as a kid that I was gonna be in the UFC, and the only way it wasn't gonna happen was divine intervention, you know, because I know myself. Like the only way it wasn't gonna happen was if I just got hit by a car one day. But the main goal was what I can accomplish while I'm here, and we're on the journey now. That's why I said it's a book. Now we're on chapter 3.
You mentioned the mindset of being Nigerian, right? Obviously, tomorrow is the jam. We've got a lot of African fighters now in the UFC. Do you really think there is something different about the mindset? Not only obviously because of the movies, too.
Yeah, no, 100%. My people are built for struggle. Whenever I go home, that's the main thing we see is people struggling, but we don't look like we're struggling. Like that kind of goes back to his question about what camp was like. I grew up with my mom struggling for a good 10, 15 years because we didn't have the right papers. We couldn't work. We couldn't get the right kind of work, you know. But she never let it get to her. We keep our chin up and we get the work done. If we got to put our head down and get the work done, we'll do that too.
So EFC is a big organization in Africa, but what would it mean to you if we ever did get a UFC Africa? Like, what would that mean?
Hey, if I was fighting tonight and the UFC Africa was tomorrow, I'm not showing up tonight, man. I'm gonna be on that UFC Africa card. It means the world, man, because these kids, when Israel and Kamaru won that belt, the way it made me feel, it was incredible. And I want to make other kids feel like that when they see me, you know, because it's inspirational. We all can't be doctors and lawyers. And right now, with the way some of our people are, my dad is from the village. I go to the village a lot. Some of those people, they're never gonna make it through that route. But we're built for struggle. We can make it through this sport. This sport is perfect for us.